the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Meron pong isang writer, management guru. Pangalan niya Stephen Covey. Maybe you know him. Yung isang mga more famous book niya sa management, yung sumikat dito sa Pilipinas, yung 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And meron siyang principle doon, yung always begin with the end in mind. Can you repeat that? Always begin with the end in mind. Kung may ginagawa ka, dapat isipin mo paano matatapos. Magpapagawa ka ng bahay, huwag ka munang bumili ng semento. Huwag ka munang bumili ng bakal. Kailangan alam mo kung paano siya matatapos. Even up to the details. Kasi the last part, pag hindi mo dinefine yung details, magiging problema later on. To begin with the end in mind is to start each day, task, and journey with a clear vision of a desired destination. Parang nga rin, pag sumakay ka ng taxi, kaya sumakay ka ng tricycle, anong unang tatanong sa iyo ng driver? May pera ka? Sir, may pera po kayo, ma'am? May pera. Hindi nga tatanong yon. Anong tatanong niya? Where are you going? Pag sinabi mo, hindi ko alam, ibababa ka. Because that's the primary purpose of life's journey. We call this year a pilgrimage, a journey, a pilgrimage of hope. It means knowing truly what matters and align yourselves and your steps accordingly to that end. Whether you're an individual, an organization, should have a vision, a clarity of your purpose, even a parish, a school, an organization to be able to endure trials and difficulties because we have a sense of vision of our end, our purpose at the end. In today's gospel, Jesus ascends into heaven, completing His earthly mission task. Parang sinasabi siguro ni Jesus ngayon, mission accomplished, because He knew His direction is always to the Father. Even the prayer Jesus taught us, Our Father, who art in heaven. Parang ito, parate, reminding us that our call is to follow His kingdom and to see that this wonderful end is the fulfillment of His mission, to be with His Father. Tayo rin sana ganito. Even when you do mundane task every day, marami po tayong ginagawa, negosyo, trabaho. Always think, it is always for the glory of God. It's not how you started, it's really how it ended. Matagal po ako naka-assign sa Clark, saka sa Sapang Bato. Sa Sapang Bato, yun po yung parokya. Holy Cross Parish ang tawag. Pero, yung Holy Cross Parish, kasama sa parokya niya, yung Clark, yung Chapel 2, tinatawag. Yung tabi ng St. Joseph Chapel po yun. St. Joseph the Worker. Marami pong kinakasal doon. Kahit Lunes, meron pa eh. Kahit Biyernes, meron. Kasi maraming reception area. Maraming mga hotels. Maraming tsaka center. Nakita ko po for the past 6 years, mga bongga-bongga mga kasalan. Magastos na kasalan. Pinagdarasal ko lalo. Alam niyo po bakit? Sana yung kabonggahan ng kanilang pag-umpisa, mabongga din yung kanilang katapusan. Because it's not about the beginning. Ang mahalaga, I hope they will lead towards 25th wedding anniversary, 50th wedding anniversary. May kinasal po ako dito, 60th wedding anniversary, 50, general. And I'm very happy for them. Parang you're already reaching your finish line. Still together after many years. Hindi mahalaga kung paano nag-start, di ba? Yung nanay ko, nag-start lang sila, parang kumain lang sila sa restaurant. Nakataksi nung kinasal. At least they were together until the end. It's not how it started. It is how it ended. Yun ang mahalaga. Hindi yung bongga big time, opening salvo. But you have to sustain it until the end. Minsan may isang estudyante, lumapit po sa akin, Father, pwede niyo po kong tulungan kasi alam ko marami kang kilala sa mga eskwela. Magpapalipat po sana ako ng eskwelahan. Kaya enroll ng bagong eskwela, bagong university. Lumipat siya sa ibang university. Bago siyang estudyante. Ayaw po ako kinakausap ng kaklase ko. Pag may workshop kami, hindi ako sinasama. Tapos hindi po ako kinakausap. Yung teacher ko po, parang pine-personal po. Pag tinatanong, pinapahirapan niya po ako. Father, gusto ko na po lumipat. Kala ko lilipat siya, grade 2 pa. Hindi man pala eh. Kaya pala lumilipat siya, yung mga kaklase niya, yung relationship. Sabi ko sa kanya, hindi naman po sila talaga mayaman eh. Talagang alam ko, yung pamilya nila, lower middle class, talagang they put together their money to send this student to school in a private university. Tapos lilipat siya. Gumastos na yung magulang niya. Sabi ko, ba't pumasok ka sa eskwelahan in the first place? Bakit ka pumasok sa eskwelahan? Anong gusto mo? Ha? Maging Miss Friendship? Miss Congeniality? Ganun ba? Ganun ba? Hindi naman, di ba? Ba't ka pumasok sa eskwelahan? Sumagot po kayo. Ha? Kunyari, apo nyo, tinatanong ka, gusto nang tumito. Anak, bakit ka pumasok sa eskwelahan? Ha? Gusto mong graduate? Gusto mong matapos? Gusto mong makatulong sa pamilya mo, mga magulang mo, kapatid mo? It's not about kung sikat ka sa eskwelahan. Hold on. These are just transition blues. You're just adjusting. Huwag sanang magalit yung mga generation XO, WX, bagong generation. Hindi po sa akin galing to, galing sa mga binebless kong mga establishments, yung mga binebless kong opisina, sa Clark. No? Sabi ng Father, yung mga bata ngayon, sinasabi ng taga-HR, they easily conk out. They easily resign. Konti lang hindi nila magustuhan. Sabi mo, magre-resign sila. Iwanan ka. I think real mission will go beyond the difficulties of the present time because you know there's something, a destination that's await you. Jesus knew that. He lived not a luxurious life, but in his life experiences, he knew that he was going to the Father in heaven. Di ba po, recently nagkaroon ng viral news sa Antipolo yata nyo, yung nagkaroon ng road rage. Yung naka-SUV yata, tapos may nakamotor. Tapos hindi ko alam kung medyo kinak ng nakamotor, tapos hindi nagustuhan ng SUV. Tapos nagmamadali silang pareho. Tapos nagkagirian po sila along the way, hanggang huminto sila isang daan. Nagsuntukan po sila. Literally, nag-away sila. Siyempre, matatalo yung naka-SUV. Kasi yung kasuntukan niya, nakamotor. Bakit? Naka-helmet yung kasuntukan niya. Paano mo, pwede ka bang makipag-boxing? Naka-helmet yung kalaban mo. Ang ginawa niya po, nagbalik sa sasakyan niya, kinuha niya kanyang baril, and he fired a gun to this motorcycle driver na nagdi-deliver lang. Pati yung kanyang girlfriend yata, natama niya. What happened? It was a fatal reality. The death of one person. Now he is incarcerated and his girlfriend is in the hospital. They forgot about their purpose. Pareho silang nagmamadali. Nakalimutan nila, importante yung pupuntahan nila. Nakalimutan nila, mahalaga yung buhay, yung pamilya nila. Sometimes you can be absorbed by the moment. Please do not react. Kung mainit yung ulo mo, magbilang ka ng 10. Yung amygdala mo, wag mo nang mag-react. Kaya breathe in, breathe out. Umalis ka muna, lumabas ka sa kwarto. Pag gusto mo nang sumigaw, wag. Di mo kaya talaga si Mrs. So, hindi ka mananalo. So, binibiro ko lang po. Pero consider the cost of that fatal road rage incident. In the heat of the moment, people lose sight of what truly matters. Their life, peace, family, or simply even their immediate destination. When you are fixated with the momentary details, we risk derailing the bigger picture of life. May kukwento po ako sa inyo, no? medyo lalabas muna ako dito sa Ambo. Kasi kailangan ng action, ng moving ng aking kwento. Mayroon pong a young boy, a very young boy who ventured to a voyage. Alam niyo po yung mga unang barko, yung matatandang barko na made of wood, no? Wala pang makina. They really depend on the sails. Maraming mga lubid dyan, maraming lubid. A young boy, parang first-timer, rookie, pumasok sa, ay magandang katawan, payat. At the middle of the ocean, nagkaroon po ng bagyo. Tapos, yung mga lubid na bababa dapat yung sail kasi they will capsize. Nung mabilis na binababa, nagkabuhol-buhol. They were entangled. Mamamatay na sila niyan kasi nagkabuhol-buhol yung mga lubid sa taas. Hindi na po makapanik sa taas yung mga sailors. Bakit? Malalaki na po yung tiyan. Mabibigat na sila. Yung mga malalaking sailors, matanda na. So, the captain said, young boy, you go up and untangle that rope to save the ship, to save our crew and our passengers. So, itong bata, pumanik po siya. Panik. Tapos, nung matas na po siya, ang lamig-lamig ng hangin, ang lakas-lakas, umuulan, malamig yung ulan. Tapos, the wave is really pushing and turning the ship. And then, may bagyo, may kidlat. Nanginig po siya. He was frozen and overcome by his fear. And then, nung tumingin po siya sa baba, lalo siyang natakot. Kasi ang taas-taas na pala ng nakakalalagyan niya. He was frozen, no? Hindi siya makagalaw, na ganyan po siya. Tapos yung lahat ng mga sailors, nakatingin na ganyan. Hindi nila alam kung ano sasabihin sa kanya. You know, the captain, the leader of the ship, calmly said, young boy, don't look down. Look up. Yun lang po sinabi niya. Don't look down. Look up. And then yung bata, hearing the instruction of the captain, tumingala po siya, nakita niya, nandito na lang pala yung may buhol na rope. And he was able to be reminded of his mission and his purpose while he was there in the first place. And he was able to save the ship, the crew, and the passengers. My dear friends, many people are looking down. We should look up. We have a mission to do. There is purpose in our life. Do not waste your time, your energy. And this is our good news in the Ascension. We belong up there. The Ascension reminds us just that. To be consumed by not by the temporary overwhelming waves in our lives, the cold rains and the strong winds on the storms. Always look up, look forward. Let heaven, the true end, the true north, guide us to our steps on earth. Live with the end in mind, not just the finish line, but also the purpose behind every steps. Let this be our good news. Let this be our invitation. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.